Tonight in Your Money, the focus is on where you live.
With so many houses on the market, how is it that some homes are selling in a matter of days and in some cases hours? 24-Hour News 8's Ann Schieber investigated to see what the sellers are doing right. Ann?
So we asked the Grand Rapids Association of Realtors to send us a list of some of the fastest selling homes, and then we tried to find that one common denominator, the one thing that gets those houses to sell so quickly. Forget the old saying, location, location, location.
You'd never know there was a housing slump. This Grand Rapids house sold in 9 days. This one, 13. This one in Kentwood and this one in Cascade sold in a few hours. In most cases, the seller's getting several offers for the asking price or pretty close. What do they have in common? Not something potential sellers want to hear. Low asking prices and a willingness to perhaps take a loss.
That is what the market is, and we have to go with what the market is.
Just how low are sellers willing to go? We did some checking and looked at some of the sale histories. This house in Kentwood sold for $120,000. In 2005, it commanded a price tag of $157,000. This house sold for just over $146,000. The seller paid $158,000 for it in 2005. This house in East Grand Rapids sold for $390,000 just last year. Selling price today, $350,000. Here's a house that got nearly $16,000 more than the seller bought it for in 2003. But they spent over $100,000 fixing it up. They got such a deal on a new house in the area that they didn't mind the loss. But it takes more than a low price to get your house sold.
Everything else downstairs is done.
Ryan Gorman and his fiancée are relocating to West Michigan from Chicago. There were plenty of new homes on the market in their price range, but they snapped up this older one, not just because of the mature trees and intricate backyard landscaping, but because the seller spent about $8,000 putting in new everything, flooring, paint, cabinet hardware, lighting fixtures. Why didn't she just knock down the price by that amount? Realtor Marianne Weber explains the mindset of today's buyer.
They do not want to deal with it. They want to walk in and have everything freshly done.
Weber and Realtor Karen Talbot suggested painting the house in Pottery Barn colors, getting rid of the wallpaper and all the clutter.
She was a great seller in the sense that she listened.
The team also spent a lot of time putting top-notch pictures of the home on the internet.
Because that's where probably 90% of the buyers start their home search.
And it worked.
We explored and we looked online, and when we found the right property, we jumped on it. We wanted to lock out the competition.
The buyers are putting on their own finishing touches, but they think overall they got a great bargain. They'll know when it comes time for them to sell.
Now, currently, it would take 8.5 months to sell all of the houses on the local market for the buyers that are available today. That's better than the November inventory level when it took over 15 months. Now, a big boost for sellers. First-time home sellers can get a maximum $8,000 tax credit. Realtors consider houses in the market under $200,000 to be first-time homes for many of the people that they're seeing.
So you've been working on stories like this for a while now.
Oh, goodness, yes.
I could buy a house.
Well, we're looking at everything. We're looking at the high-end market, the low-end market, the successes and pitfalls in both of those areas, and then housing values. You know, houses, the prices have gone down over, the last 15 years or so, but some not so much. And we're going to take a look at the factors that really affect your home value, something that you're definitely going to want to know if you're buying a house.
Okay.